saying goodbye, and watching someone you love slip away. These are some of the hardest moments any of us will ever face. If you've been through it, you know the ache never fully leaves, and this video will hit hard. If you haven't experienced it yet, or if you're going through it right now, I sincerely hope this brings you a little clarity, a little comfort, and helps prepare your heart for what's ahead. While you listen, take a deep breath and think about the people who raised you, who shaped you, who loved you into the person you are today. The ones whose hands you may one day hold as they take their final steps home. And if it helps, share a loving memory in the comments. Sometimes just telling the story can ease the weight a little. In fact, this story was submitted by a viewer. Sophia, thank you for sharing these difficult words. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Mom, Dad, I love you and miss you terribly. There are so many things I'm deeply thankful that I did for you during those challenging and emotional days, but there are also things I wish I'd done better. One of the greatest comforts I gave my parents was creating a peaceful, calming space. I'm so grateful I recognized how overwhelming their environment could become. Harsh lighting, loud noises, or even clutter felt distressing, even painful to them. I dimmed the lights, filled the room with gentle music, and made sure everything around them felt soft, warm, and comforting. Even small tasks like keeping the dust from building on their picture frames made a noticeable difference in their ease and serenity. And let them know that I appreciate them and what they did for me for all of these years. Mom, remember how you used to do the same thing for me when I had those anxiety attacks in high school? You'd dim the lights, run your fingers through my hair, and just sit with me in silence until the panic faded. I think about that a lot. When I was creating a calm space for you, it felt like I was giving a little piece of that comfort back. But even though I tried my best to make them as comfortable as possible in every way, pain management is something I wish I'd handled differently. There were moments when my parents experienced discomfort they didn't always voice. I wish I'd been more proactive, asking direct, gentle questions more frequently, and advocating even more strongly with doctors and nurses. If you're walking this path now, learn from what I missed. Speak openly about their pain, communicate regularly with healthcare providers, and don't wait until they bring up their pain. Get ahead of it. Also, never underestimate the power of simple human touch to convey your love and presence. Dad, I know you taught me better. I remember how you stood up for me that time I had those awful stomach pains and the doctor brushed it off as stress. But you didn't let it go. You pushed for more tests, and without you, we never would have found out I had celiac disease. You always fought for me, fiercely and fearlessly. I wish I'd fought harder for you. Another thing I'm deeply grateful for is prioritizing quality time with my parents, even amid exhaustion and emotional turmoil. Life became busy, appointments, medication schedules, visits, but I chose to slow down whenever I could. We shared stories, laughed at old memories, flipped through family albums, and sometimes just sat quietly together. Those moments, however simple, now feel like treasures. I'm thankful I recognized how precious our remaining days were and how healing presence alone could be. Dad, I will never forget how, even though you worked so hard and were clearly exhausted, you always made time at the end of your day to read to me, no matter what. Even if I was already half asleep and you were nodding off mid-sentence. That memory lives in every quiet moment I got to spend with you in those final days. It mattered more than you'll ever know. Yet, as thankful as I am for those precious moments, I deeply regret not capturing more of them. I often thought about recording our conversations or making short videos, but in the chaos of caregiving, it never happened. Today, I'd give anything to hear their voices again or relive those gentle smiles. If you're experiencing this now, trust me, make a point of documenting these moments. One day, those recordings may become your most cherished possessions. And yes, Mom, I do see the irony in this. If I told you 10 years ago that I would actually forget to take a picture, you would have laughed, probably with that classic look of disbelief. and I would have taken a picture of your face, which would only prove your point even more. You always called me your personal paparazzi. I just wish I would have captured more of our moments at the end. I'm also glad I openly expressed my love and gratitude to my parents while I still had the chance. Even though it felt awkward or overly sentimental at times, I made sure they knew exactly how much they meant to me. Saying things explicitly like, I love you, thank you, and I'm proud to be your child, created unforgettable moments of connection. I'm comforted knowing there was nothing left unsaid between us. You know, it's funny. Growing up, I used to roll my eyes when you'd shout, I love you in front of my friends, or kiss my forehead in the middle of the grocery store. I'd cringe and act embarrassed, but secretly, I loved it. I loved being reminded I was yours and that I was loved for just being me. I'm glad I finally gave that love back to you in full. No holding back, no embarrassment, just truth. Still, I deeply regret not asking more about their lives, experiences, and dreams. I always assumed there would be more time to ask about their younger years, the lessons they learned, or even simple things like favorite childhood memories. Now, I feel a real sense of loss for those untold stories. If you're in this position now, ask everything. You'll never regret knowing too much about the people you love. Fortunately, I have about 4,000 cardboard boxes full of pictures and memories from countless family trips that I get to sort through. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Dad. Every photo labeled with your chicken scratch handwriting and taped up edges tells part of your story. And even though I missed asking some of the big questions, I'm starting to piece together the answers you left behind. Above everything else, I'm eternally grateful I stayed with them until the very end, ensuring they never felt alone. In those final days and moments, I held their hands, whispered gently, and made sure they felt the steady presence of someone who loved them deeply. I wasn't always certain they could hear me, but I spoke anyway, believing that love transcends everything, even the barriers of consciousness. Those final hours were the hardest of my life, yet also profoundly beautiful. I carry the peace of knowing that when they left this world, they were wrapped in love. There's so much more I could say, but the most important thing is this. Mom, Dad, your love shaped me into who I am, and your memories will guide me forever. Until we meet again, thank you for everything. With all my love, always. Sophia.
If this story moved you, take a moment to like, subscribe, or share it with someone who may need to hear it. And if you're carrying a story of your own, something heavy or something beautiful, feel free to share it in the comments. You're not alone here. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourself. Take care of the ones you love. And as always, stay strong.